so many foolish scholars, they are denying that hadith shaitan coming from. They're denying that hadith. And so, if I asked you, do you know the secret of Sultan Mehmed Fatih? Why he was created? What he was running to do? What he achieved and where that got him? Let's not look at pre-eternity or post-eternity. Here in this world, we're living in this world, correct? So you asked me the question. Shaykh Effendi, we spoke about discovering our secret and discovering our secret before we die. You're saying, what is that secret? Is that secret, can we reach it when we make our nafs amara into a nafs mutma'in, meaning a disobedient ego to an obedient ego? And what is that secret? Are we going to know it or not? You asked for a hint, and I said the hints are everywhere. I'm not giving you anything, but I'm saying now, if I ask you what Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq, why he was created, at our level to know. Let's not talk about why he was created from post-eternity and what is going to happen to him in pre-eternity and post-eternity. Just in this world. And I asked you, do you know why what he was created for, what he was running to do, and which level, which maqam he achieved? You said, yes, it is clear. He was created to be the strongest support to the Holy Prophet ﷺ, his best friend, the second of the two. The second in reality, the second in creation. You understand? Now he was created, did he run to give everything to the way of the Prophet ﷺ? Of course he did. Did he achieve that high station? After one of his titles is also Amin. His title is Siddiqul Akbar. One of his title is also Amin. Was that also, sit down, was that also achieved? Did he achieve it? Yes, he did. Correct? And I ask you again, but what about Hazrat Ali? Yes. And if I asked you, what about Sultan Mehmed Fatih? He discovered his legend, correct? Now, you see that those are all not hints, those are proofs of them at this level that they discover their secret. And every single one of them, I just name a handful out of, say, millions. And every single one of them, what was their secret closely connected to? Serving who? Islam. Serving who? The Prophet ﷺ. Running to please him. Now, if you're asking me, what is your secret? What is your work? What is your job? I'm just going to tell you very easy. And I break it down very simple for people. Okay? For you, what is your work? Is it a secret? Is it hidden from you? What you are supposed to do for you, not looking at others, you. What you are running for. What you have been sent down to serve what? In this way, are you doing that day and night? Are you being busy with that? Yes. So you're well on your way. This is your journey. There are so many who have not discovered that yet. They have not. They're coming and going for years, but they have not discovered that yet. They're coming, they make zikr, they make everything, all the worship and everything. They listen to sohbat, but they have not discovered that yet. How they are now going to run in the way of Allah and His Prophet. Not just to sit in the way of Allah and His Prophet. To run. The way that the Sahabe Kiram, they ran in the way of Allah and His Prophet. The way that the awliya Allah, the way that the tabi'ins, the way that the Ottomans, they were running. Now this is very simple. Everyone to just sit down and say, why am I in the Dergah? Who am I serving? Really. Don't look for any excuses. Don't say, well, I want to do this, but I cannot. I want to do this, but I cannot. No. Don't give yourself any excuse. Just say, what am I busy with? Am I busy with what this way is going, what it's building, what it is running to do? Or am I busy with just my own personal activities? That I just happen to be in the Dergah. I just happen to be in the Dergah. But I have my own personal activities. That my own personal activities, they're not going to change if I go somewhere else. My own personal activities is not going to change if I live at home, or I live with my grandfather, or I live in another country. It's not going to change now. But if you say, yes, if I move somewhere, my own activities, everything is going to change because I need the Dergah, because I'm doing things, I'm working, I'm doing something, then that's the time you say, now this is the approach. This is the beginning of the way. And this way is endless. For example, you say, you understand, and you say, you know what? My work, my secret is just to cook. To cook in the Dergah. I don't have to tell you now that to cook in the Dergah is one of the highest, it is the highest station that the murid can. These days, we're not giving stations to no one. I don't have station, you don't have station. But we have a work. We don't, we are not under any illusions or delusions to say that even if we are put in that station, that we are worth to do that. We don't have the qualifications, we don't have this, but those ones is saying, you sit over there. So what can we do? We sit and we say, this is not ours. We are just holding it as a trust until they come back. That is very good, that is very safe. But majority thinking they are achieving somewhere. In tariqah, they're achieving somewhere. Some, they say, this is my station. I'm not going to give to you. No one else can take this station from me. Bruh, nothing is ours. Not even the station is ours. It was there before we came. It will be there when we go. No title, no nothing. Some say, no, I'm awliya. If you're arguing about that, that means a very big sign that you are not. One thing, one word from the Prophet ﷺ for the wise believer is going to understand. Prophet ﷺ is saying, no one thinks that he is a hypocrite except a believer. Only a believer would think that he is a hypocrite. So how that time, if you're a saint, you can claim that, and that maqam is yours. So now you sit and you say, okay, my work is this. My work is this, in the Dergah. In the Dergah. So ask yourself, what is my work in the Dergah? What am I doing? What am I contributing? What am I putting? That's the time that you are, when you realize and you're running after, that is very easy for them to reach, for them to push you to reach to the maqam that has been created for you through the service that you are putting in. Hazrat Sultan Mehmed Fatihan, Hazrat Lari, everything that he did, it was a service. All the Sahaba Kiram, whatever they did, it is a service. Every saint, whatever they did, it is a service. They did not do it for themselves. You cannot serve yourself. You serve that one who is serving Allah. Now that's a time, according to that protocol, and that one is going to say, put him to this station. And every station comes with heavier responsibility. It's not coming with more privileges. No, it comes with heavier responsibility. But for a person who is running in the way of Allah, he will never be stuck. And he feels that if he's doing the same thing over and over again, he feels stuck. He feels like it's choking him. And he wants more to do. Because it's not natural. The spirit is always going up. Spirit is never coming down. The ego is coming down, pulling by gravity. But the ego's sifat is always to rise, If there's something that is blocking, even if you achieve a high station, but it is blocking for him to go higher, he's going to feel very uncomfortable. And he's going to find a way to go higher than that. Whatever that we're doing now, yes, it is also preparation for other things that's going to happen. And other things that's going to happen is a preparation for more things that's going to happen. More things that's going to happen is preparation for other things, bigger things that's going to happen. It's never ending. But it is connected. If you say, I'm not going to prepare now for Mahdi alayhi salam, I'm going to wait till he comes, then I'm going to prepare. Not only you're being a hypocrite, but you're going to be completely unprepared for anything, and when the time comes, there is no time for training. It's just like some people think we are idiots. Alhamdulillah, we are. Our donkey, our nafs is a donkey, it is an idiot. But coming here and seeing everyone doing things, listening to Shaykh and his sohbat, listening to what we speak about the Ottomans, we speak about Dajjal, we speak about Mahdi alayhi salam preparing, and they come here and they say, oh, you guys are just chopping wood, you guys are going to the barn, you guys are doing construction, you're doing all this. This is preparing for Mahdi alayhi salam. How is preparing Mahdi alayhi salam? By going to the barn to shovel the manure. Of course, the person who speaks like that, looking down to the job and the work of a shepherd, you're looking down to the prophets in reality. Because every prophet was a shepherd. And every prophet did the work of what we are doing now, alhamdulillah. That kind of work is not open to every tariqat person too. Go look. Go to other dargahs and see whether that is going to be open or not. But they forget. Those ones, may Allah protect us, but those ones definitely would not have survived the 13 years in Mecca. They would not survive the 10 years of Medina, where there was every hardship, where there was every routine, where there was everything that no real worldly hope except for the words of the Prophet ﷺ. It's only words, correct? That is showing faith, that they had faith. These ones, they have no vision, they have no wisdom, they have no intelligence, definitely no faith. Prophet ﷺ, when he was digging the trench for the war of Uhud, there was a big rock, and he struck the rock 3 times, and every time he struck the rock, and there was a big, how you say it? A spark that happens. Big sparks, first, second, third time. And vision opened to the Prophet ﷺ, and he said, in the first spark, I see, I'm paraphrasing, say, our enemies, the Byzantines, they are falling. I see the Persians, they are falling. I'm seeing this one falling. All the enemies, meaning what? It's like if we are working in the barn and there's a big rock and Shaykh Effendi is trying to remove that rock with today's modern times, so maybe with hands and sometimes with other tools, sometimes with heavy machinery. Then something happens and he says, I'm seeing we're going to bring down Russia. I see we're going to bring down China. I see we're going to bring down different regimes. And we're a handful of people. We have no money. We have no influence. We're not interested in money and influence anyway. That Prophet ﷺ at that time was only a small group of people. And he's promising the people, the believers who believe, that we're going to bring down the world's superpowers at that time. And they believe. They believed, they had faith. Oh, and that person who questioned that was from Tariqat too. I mean, other Tariqats, but still Tariqat. So saying, how is this preparing for Mahdi alayhi salam? And we say, for you, nothing. Nothing. For you, even if you do everything, is nothing because you don't have faith. For the person who has faith, if we say to the person, wash the dishes. I mean, we all eat. Somebody has to wash. We take turns to wash. This is the Dergah. And we say, wash the dishes. According to how good you're washing the dishes, that's how they're going to select you to be a soldier of Mahdi alayhi salam. The one who believes is going to carry his work properly. And I'm not lying. It's not the work that you are doing, it's the attitude that you put to your work. Yes, and they are watching everything. So now, whatever that we're doing now is preparing for that time. What we're doing that time, inshallah Rahman, is preparing for other things that's going to happen. Everything in this world is actually preparing for what? For the hereafter. So it's never one story, one chapter, finish, a chapter continues. It's never ending. You understand? The wisdom is to know which chapter you are in right now and what is your work right now that you are doing. And to be busy with that. We're saying, don't be too busy with your own dunyas. You did not come out from this world, from the dunya, to come to the top of a mountain, to be in the Dergah, to be in another dunya. You are stuck, things are difficult. Pray hard. Ask for help. Things are going to happen. But when you're asking for help, don't be stubborn and don't be arrogant. When the help is coming, if you're not consulting, you may reject the help that is coming from Allah. Just like the drowning man who asked Allah to save him, then Allah sent a ship and he says, no, I'm not going to get help from the ship because I asked only from Allah. You understand? So look to see what our work is. If you don't have a work, find your work. This is not the place where you're going to say, you do this, you do this, you do this, because there is no compulsion in religion. There is no forcing. Did I ever tell you what to do? Did I ever tell you what to do? How to work in this Dergah? Did I ever tell you what to do? Did I ever give an order to any one of you, women or men, to say, this is your work, you must do this? No. Your heart must be working, and then your heart is pulling, and you say, well, let me help this. I like to do this. I'm pretty good at it. There's an opening. Let me do this more and more. Then we say, you're comfortable there? Yes, I'm comfortable there. I never told you. Did I ever tell you, Ashok? No. You just fall to that direction, correct? Everything has to happen naturally in tariqat. When your heart is working, then it's going to fall. You're going to find a way. May Allah make it easy for us, inshallah. This much is enough. Al-Fatiha. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum. This is for men and for women. This is not just for the men, for the women too. Women have more work. We haven't really started that. But not to be busy with just each other. Just be cool. Don't get too emotional about things. Any questions?